Hello! Greetings mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers natin out there from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And sa lahat po ng ating mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers na nakatutok po ngayon sa ating live stream worldwide and netwide. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. This is your ka-Skywatcher, ka-Spacer, and Space Commander Sir Jun Cahigal, and welcome to another live stream ngayong gabi. So ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay ang The Cosmic Perspective. Alright, so yan po, napakaganda po ng ating topic ngayon ay Cosmic Perspective. So bago po tayo magpatuloy sa ating video ngayong gabi sa ating live stream, don't forget to like and share this video so that we could reach more people. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga estudyante natin out there so that they would be engaged and they would be inspired to love the sciences, especially astronomy. And don't forget po to follow us on our TikTok and Facebook page, The Skywatchers Society of Las Piñas. Ito po yung aming logo, The Skywatchers Society of Las Piñas. And follow me also on my YouTube channel, The Science Guy, Professor Jun Cahigal. And don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you would be updated on our future videos. Ayan po mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers. So napakaganda po ng ating topic ngayong gabi, a Cosmic Perspective. Alright. So, bumati po muna tayo. Maraming pong salamat sa mga buena manong mga Skywatchers na nandito po ngayon. Especially kay Corn Beef Motorsports. Yan, live long and prosper, sir. Marami pong salamat for visiting our live stream tonight. Okay. So, siguro pag-usapan na ho natin ang ating topic for tonight, a Cosmic Perspective. And again po, please don't forget to like and share this video and i-follow nyo po kami sa aming TikTok and Facebook page, The Skywatcher Society of Las Piñas. Okay, shout out din kay Vina. Maraming pong salamat for joining. Kay Arinola. Arinola, thank you for joining our live stream tonight. Ayan, so we have real-time viewers, si Mr. Corn Beef Motorsports. Okay, so at this point, we have 17 viewers and 400 heart reacts kaagad. So keep those heart reacts coming mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers. Alright. So ano nga ba tong Cosmic Perspective? What do we mean when we say Cosmic Perspective? Now when we say Cosmic Perspective, mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers, this means making us aware. A Cosmic Perspective makes us aware that our planet is part of an incomprehensibly large universe. Alright? If you will recall in our previous live stream, di ba yun ang pinag-usapan natin po, yung the origin and evolution of the universe. Alright? So ang Cosmic Perspective naman po mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers, ito yung pagbibigay ng awareness sa ating lahat na maliit lang po tayo. We are just a speck of a speck of a speck, that our planet Earth is part of an incomprehensibly large universe. So yan po yung ating Cosmic Perspective. So there mga ka-Skywatchers. So pag-usapan muna natin ano yung perspective natin about the Earth and compare that to the universe. So dito muna tayo magsisimula sa ating planeta, the Earth. Okay, so again, sa mga flat earthers na nandito, sorry na lang po kayo, that the Earth is round. Okay, and this is the planet where we live. This is the third planet from the Sun. And the Earth is composed primarily of rock. Ayan po, so we are part of the so-called rocky planets in our solar system. No? The rocky planets are the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And again, sa mga flat earthers po na nandito ngayon, sorry po sa inyong lahat, that the Earth, together with all the planets in the solar system, they are spherical in shape or bilog po. Kagaya po nito, bilog ang ating mundo. So sa mga flat earthers po nandito, sorry na lang po kayo, iyak na lang po kayo that our planet, the planet Earth is round, it is spherical in shape. Alright mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers, so yan po yung ating planeta. Alright, and the Earth is about 12,700 kilometers in diameter. Ano, ayan po yung ating diameter, and baka magtanong po kayo kung paano yan po nakuha. Again, the computation of the diameter and the circumference of the Earth was made even before the birth of Jesus Christ, and this was made by a Greek mathematician, philosopher by the name of Eratosthenes. No? So siya yung nag-calculate ng circumference and yung diameter ng Earth. Alright? Okay. And para mabigyan po kayo ng idea kung gaano po kalaki yung 12,700 kilometers na yan, dahil malaki po yan. O yung ating perspective about the Earth, baka isipin nyo maliit lang yung Earth po natin, pero the Earth is big. So, gaano ba kalaki yung mundo natin? So, I will give you an analogy, mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. So, it would take about 17 days, yung laking yan, yung 12,700 kilometers in diameter. So, it would take about 17 days to circumnavigate the globe, driving a car at 100 kilometers per hour. So, ganun po kalaki yung ating mundo. So yung laki natin, yung diameter is big enough. So kung nakasakay po kayo sa kotse traveling at 100 kilometers per hour, it would take you 17 days to circumnavigate the Earth. So ganun po kalaki ang ating mundo. So kumbaga tayo ay buhangin lang, no, as compared to the size of the Earth. Alright mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. Let's talk about now the Earth and compare it with our nearest neighbor, the Moon. So here is a photograph of the Moon which is superimposed with our country, yung image ng ating bansa, the Philippines. Okay, so again, if you will notice in this photo of the Moon superimposed with the Philippine Islands, makikita po natin, it's quite obvious that the Moon is even bigger than the Philippines. And if you will notice yung Sea of Tranquility, eto kung saan po naglanding yung Apollo 11, ay mas malaki pa sa Mindanao and Luzon. Alright, so ganun po kalaki yung Sea of Tranquility. Ito po yung itong dark patch ng buwan. Again, if you will recall, the Moon has dark areas and bright areas. So those dark areas are called mares or marias, so mga lunar plains po yan. So kung mapapansin po ninyo, yung Sea of Tranquility ay mas malaki pa sa Mindanao. So that's how big the Moon is compared to our country, the Philippines. Alright, and the Moon is about a quarter of the Earth's diameter, no? About 27% of the Earth's diameter. Yan po yung size ng buwan compared to the Earth. So a quarter of the Earth's diameter. So maliit lang po yung buwan. Now, as compared to the other moons in the solar system like Ganymede or Titan, so ganun po kalaki yung ating buwan, which is about 27% of the diameter of the Earth. And the Moon, it would take about 4 moons to fill the diameter of the Earth. Kasi po yung buwan is about 3,476 kilometers in diameter, ay yung Earth natin ay 12,700 plus kilometers. So it would take about 4 moons to fill the diameter of the Earth. Kaya yung buwan is about a quarter of the Earth's diameter. Alright mga ka-sky watchers, and imagine if the earth were hollow, yung loob ng earth ay may space, na if the earth were hollow, 50 moons, 50 buwan would fit into the earth. Ayan po, so ganun po kalaki ang earth natin compared to the moon. So if the earth were hollow, 50 moons would fit into the earth. No, that's how big the earth is as compared to the moon. Alright mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. No, ayan, so binibigyan ko po kayo ng idea kung gaano po kalaki yung ating planeta compared to the moon. And with regards to the distance of the earth to the moon, the moon is about 384,000 kilometers away. So baka isipin nyo malapit lang po yan, no? Lalo na pag full moon, no? Pag full ang moon, parang tanaw na tanaw po ninyo yung buwan, di ba? So parang ang lapit-lapit ng buwan, but the moon is actually far, no? It's 384,000 kilometers away. So gaano ba ho kalayo yung 384,000 kilometers na yan? Alright, so this is the earth and this is the moon in scale. So makikita ninyo medyo malayo po yung buwan, and it would take about 30 earths, 30 earths to fill the distance between the earth and the moon. So ganun po kalayo po yung ating buwan. So it would take 30 earths to fill the distance between the earth and the moon. So fascinating mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. And in fact, the Apollo spacecraft took 3 days. Biruin niyo po yung 384,000 kilometers na yan. Ang layo po niyan. And to give you an idea, yung speed ng Apollo spacecraft ay mas mabilis pa ho sa bala ng baril. So in spite of the speed of the Apollo spacecraft, it took 3 days, no, just to reach the moon. So ganun po kalayo ang buwan natin, no? It would take 30 earths to fill the distance between the moon and the earth. And again, itong photo na pinapakita ko sa inyo, this is the famous photo taken by the Apollo 8 astronauts. Si Bill Anders po yung kumuha nitong photo na to. This photo is called Earthrise. And again, sa mga flat earthers po, pasensya na po kayo, umiyak na po kayo, at kitang-kita po dito na ang earth ay bilog. Ayan, this is not a Photoshop image of the earth. This is an actual photo taken by Bill Anders of Apollo 8. No, Apollo 8 orbited the moon, and Bill Anders took this photo of the earth above the lunar horizon. And this is known as Earthrise. So kitang-kita po natin na ang earth ay bilog. So ano po ang inyong masasabi mga flat earthers? Ayan, di ba? So
yan, ang mundo po ay bilog. Ha 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 ha.
Ayan po, no? So sa mga flat earthers na nandito, wala, pasensya na po kayo. Dahil ang
mundo ay bilog. Glog, 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 glog.
Yan ha, bilog po ang mundo natin. Ito po ang ebidensya, mga ka-sky watchers, ha? So sa mga flat earthers, iyak na po kayo! Ha ha ha! Alright, so tuloy po natin mga ka-sky watchers. Ayan po, no? So here is the famous Earthrise photo of Apollo 8 taken by Bill Anders. So talagang bilog na bilog po yung Earth. So sa mga flat earthers,
iyak na po kayo, mga flat earthers kayo. Ang earth ay bilog, log.
Yan ha. So there mga ka-sky watchers. Alright. So there ha. So mga flat earthers, yan ha. Ito yung isang ebidensya, no, that the earth is spherical. Whether it's an oblate spheroid, spherical pa rin yan. Hindi siya flat. Yun. Basta hindi siya flat. Alright. Sige po, tuloy po natin. Alright, so ito po yung just to give you an idea of the distance between the Earth and the Moon. If the Earth were a basketball, kunyari basketball po yung ating mundo, and the Moon would be a tennis ball, the distance of the Earth and the Moon would be about 23.5 feet away. No? Kung yung mundo daw natin, yan ay isang basketball kunyari, tapos yung buwan natin ay isang tennis ball. Yan, so malayo po yan, no? Ang layo niyan is 23.5 feet. Ganun po, just to give you an idea kung gaano po kalayo yan, no? yung moon natin. And again, like what I mentioned earlier, it would take 30 Earths, 30 po, 30 Earths to fill the distance between the moon and the Earth. Ayan po, no? And eto pa, para tumulo po ang inyong mga laway, to give you an idea so that you would be amazed of the distance between the moon and the Earth. All the planets, no? All the planets can fit into that distance between the moon and the Earth. Ganun po kalayo. Lahat po ng mga planeta ay kasyang-kasya dun sa distance between the moon and the Earth. So, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, kasyang-kasya po dyan, no? Sa distance na yan between the moon and the Earth. And isama na rin po natin si Pluto, though Pluto is not a major planet. Isama na rin po natin si Pluto, and may sobra pa, no? There's still 2,092 kilometers to spare. So, ganun po, no? Ganun po ang layo ng buwan natin sa Earth. So, all the planets could fit. All the planets of the solar system could fit into that distance between the Earth and the Moon. Isama na natin si Pluto, and still there would be 2,092 kilometers to spare. Ayan po mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. Alright? And like what I mentioned earlier, no, ito kung ang Earth ay basketball, ang Moon ay isang tennis ball. So ang layo niyan, no, to give you an idea, would be about 23.5 feet away. And again, like what I mentioned earlier, it took the Apollo spacecraft about 3 days just to reach the Moon. Alright, so there mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. So here is a photo of the Sun. And look at the Earth, no? Parang tuldok lang yan. And here is the Moon. So, ganun po kalayo yung Earth sa buwan, no? Which is superimposed with the image of the Earth. Fantastic, isn't it, mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers? Sabi nila, Bubo, the Earth is flat. Really? Really? Is the Earth flat?
Oh no, oh no.
Hindi po flat ang Earth. Alright, ayan, no? So, alright, so sabi ni Babeson, nandito pa naman sila sa TikTok, madaming mga flatters. So nga hayaan mo lang. Hayaan lang natin sila. Okay, Kemonsure, marami pong salamat for sharing our live stream. Marami pong salamat. Okay, kay D-Boy, hi po, ask lang, paano nagkaroon ng rings ang Saturn? It was believed, D-Boy, that the rings originated from an inner moon that exploded, no, creating the rings. Pero ang rings ng Saturn is made of ice particles. No, siguro yung buwan na yan, yung inner moon na yan is made of ice. Then, for some reason, that inner moon exploded, creating the rings of Saturn. Okay, kay Senku, more power idol, maraming salamat. Kay Marco Staz, what's up sir? Sabi niya. Alright, so at this point, we have 293 viewers and 2,772 heart reacts. Yeah, maraming salamat. And again, sa mga ka-sky watchers natin, mga ka-spacers natin out there, don't forget to like and share this live stream so that we could reach more people, lalong-lalo na po yung mga estudyante natin out there, so that they would be engaged and they would be inspired to love the sciences. And don't forget to follow us on our TikTok and Facebook page, The Sky Watcher. Watcher Society of Las Piñas. Sige po, tuloy po natin ang pinag-uusapan po natin ngayong gabi is the cosmic perspective. Okay. So siguro sa mga nandito po ngayon, baka magtatanong po kayo, how did they measure the distance of the moon from the earth? Na paano po nila nalaman yung distansya ng buwan sa mundo natin? Okay, so sa mga hindi naniniwala sa Apollo 11 landing, sorry na lang po kayo. Okay, so sino bang di naniniwala dito sa Apollo 11 landing? Sige, mag-comment po kayo. Sige, mag-comment kayo kung sino yung mga hindi naniniwala. So sa mga hindi naniniwala, sorry po, iyak na po kayo kasi yung Apollo 11, meron silang iniwan na gadget. Ito po, no, the Apollo 11 astronauts left this gadget on the lunar surface bago sila po umalis. So ano ba tong gadget na to? These are actually retro reflectors. Mga salamin po yan mga ka-sky watchers. So itong mga ito na iniwan ng Apollo 11 are retro reflectors. So back here on Earth, so in an observatory, halimbawa, kunyari observatory yan dito sa Pilipinas, they would fire a powerful laser. Ayan, so they would aim that laser to the moon and it would hit one of the retro reflectors na iniwan ng Apollo 11. And when the laser hits one of those reflectors, then the laser would be reflected back to Earth. So yung oras, yung time that it would take for the laser to hit the retro reflector and back to Earth is measured as a distance. So yun po yung tinatawag natin na laser ranging. So again, back here on Earth, an observatory will fire a laser, a powerful laser, and that laser will hit one of the retro reflectors on the lunar surface na iniwan ng Apollo 11. Then the laser will be reflected back to Earth, and yung oras, no, yung time that it would take for the laser to return to Earth is measured as a distance. So, kung gawa-gawa lang po, no, kung gawa-gawa lang ang Apollo landing, kung fake yan, dapat wala na pong retro reflectors. So kahit mag-aim ka ng laser dun sa supposedly landing site ng Apollo 11, hindi babalik po yung laser sa Earth. Ayan po, no? So sa mga hindi naniniwala sa Apollo 11, umiyak na po kayo dahil there are already hundreds of observatories here on Earth na ini-aim nila yung kanilang powerful laser sa Sea of Tranquility at bumabalik naman po yung laser sa Earth. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay nandun po yung retro reflectors on the lunar surface. Dahil pag wala yan, pag hindi bumalik, ibig sabihin walang retro reflectors and the lunar landing was faked. Eh bakit bumabalik yung laser na yan? Oh, so iyak na po kayo. Yung
Mga hindi naniniwala sa Apollo 11, umiyak na po kayo. Ha 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 ha.
Ayan po, no? Iyak na po kayo! Dahil ang Apollo 11 really went to the moon! Alright, so there mga ka-sky watchers. O ano? Yung mga hindi naniniwala dyan. Alright, sige pa ho. Ayan, bisita lang po kayo. Bisita lang po kayo. Okay, yan. Sa mga hindi naniniwala sa Apollo 11 at sa mga flat earthers po na nandito,
Iyak na po kayo. Ha 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 ha.
ayan, iyak na po kayo. Okay, so ito yung magpapatunay na talagang nagpunta nga ang Apollo 11. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin step foot on the moon. At ito po ang ebidensya, yan po yung mga retro reflectors na linagay nila on the lunar surface. Okay po, yan ha. So, iyak na, coach against the machine. Okay, ayan po. Pasensya na po kayo ha. Nagsasabi lang po tayo ng katotohanan. This is real science. At ayoko po kasing mababad ang TikTok sa mga kasinungalingan ng ibang mga tao. Okay, we are talking of science, so it really took place. Ayan po, ito po yung patunay, yung mga retroreflectors na yan. Okay, baka sabihin niyo po kung hindi totoo yan. Sige nga, sige. Patunayan niyo po. Sige po, pagtuloy natin po yung ating pinag-uusapan about the cosmic perspective. Ayan, no? Ang tawag po dyan ay laser ranging. Alright. Okay, sabi ni Red Apple, back to you, Red Apple. Red Apple, back to you. Ikaw ay you. Okay, ayan po. Shout out din kay Literal na Kenkoy. Shout out po. Ayan, kay Jaja Colleen. Alright, so marami pong salamat sa mga bumibisita dito, no, kay Wade Retro. Ayan, okay, marami pong salamat po kay Jasper Lee. Ayan, he is a professor, you are just the Okay, ayan po, no, kay Coffee Queen. Sir, good evening po. Ask ko lang if totoo ang issue about UFO coming to Earth. Siguro yung ano yan, yung parang comet na ano, wala pa ho tayong confirmation about that, pero let's see. Okay? Pero alam ko po yan, nakikita ko yan sa Facebook. Sige po, tuloy po natin yung ating pinag-uusapan, mga ka-Sky Watchers. Alright, so ito po, since we are talking of cosmic perspective, what would we see? So, sagutin natin po yung tanong na to. What would we see if the planets would replace the moon? Halimbawa lang po, mga ka-Sky Watchers, wala po yung buwan. No, there's no moon. And instead, the planets would replace the moon. So anong magiging itsura ng mga planeta if the planets would replace the moon? So let's start with Mercury. Ayan po, no. So this will be our perspective of Mercury if Mercury would replace the moon. Ayan po, no. So napakaganda po ng planeta ng Mercury. Alright, then next is Venus. So this will be our perspective of Venus if Venus would replace the moon. Ayan, no? Alright, so fascinating, mga ka-Sky Watchers. And this is Mars. So this will be our perspective of Mars if Mars would replace the moon. Ayan po, no? Okay, and this is Jupiter. So this is our perspective of Jupiter if Jupiter would replace the moon. O biruin niyo po, pag gabi, walang buwan, tapos pinalitan ni Jupiter yung buwan, ganito yung magiging perspective natin of Jupiter. Yan po, mga ka-Sky Watchers. So fascinating, di ba? Kitang-kita yung Great Red Spot saka yung dalawang equatorial bands of Jupiter. Alright. Ayan po yung the Great Red Spot. So this would be our perspective of Jupiter if Jupiter would replace the moon. Alright, and the Great Red Spot, to give you an idea of the size of the Great Red Spot, the Great Red Spot is about 3 times that of the Earth's diameter. Ayan po, mga ka-Sky Watchers, no? The Great Red Spot is actually a massive storm. It's a hurricane that's about 3 times the Earth's diameter. Okay, and this is now our perspective of Saturn if Saturn would replace the moon. Di ba ang ganda-ganda po? Kitang-kita talaga yung mga rings niya, mga ka-Sky Watchers. Alright, so there. So this is our perspective of Saturn if Saturn would replace the moon. Okay, and this is Uranus. This is our perspective of Uranus if Uranus would replace the moon. Okay, and this is Neptune. Makikita natin yung great dark spot ng Neptune. So that's our perspective. Ayan, no? Okay, mga ka-Sky Watchers. So Neptune has this great dark spot. And just like the great red spot of Jupiter, ang great dark spot is also a cyclonic storm. Ayan, and nakita po yan ng Voyager 2. Alright, so this will be our perspective of the sizes of the planets. Ayan, nakitang-kita, Jupiter's the largest planet, followed by Saturn, then Uranus and Neptune. Ito yung Earth po natin, then ito yung Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Pluto. Pero Pluto, di ba, is not a major planet. Okay, and like what I mentioned earlier, the Apollo spacecraft took about 3 days just to reach the moon. So ganun po kalayo yung buwan natin, no? About 384,000 kilometers away. And it took about 3 days for the Apollo spacecraft just to reach the moon. Alright, and yung Apollo 11, they landed on the moon using this computer. Ito yung computer ng Apollo spacecraft na it had 1,300 times less computing power than your cell phone. So yung computing power ng cellphone nyo ay mas malupit pa kaysa sa computer ng Apollo 11. But in spite of the 60s technology, they were able to land on the moon using this primitive computer guidance system. So ganun po, no? Ayun po yung state ng technology noon during the 1960s. In spite of the limitations, they were able to land on the moon. Mas mabilis pa nga yung computing power ng cellphone po ninyo as compared to the computing power of this computer in the Apollo spacecraft. Alright? Okay, so there mga ka-Skywatchers and mga ka-Spacers, magbasa muna tayo ng mga comments. Okay, mga ka-Skywatchers, so shout out po sa inyong lahat. Row your boat. Row your boat ito. Sir, prop kita dati sa PLM. Talaga? Ayan, kumusta ka na? Row your boat. Kay Pathetic, shout out sa iyo. Totoo po ba na ang Earth is an oblate sphere? Yes po. Ang Earth, hindi naman talaga perfect sphere ang mundo natin. No? The Earth is an oblate spheroid, meaning that the Earth is bulging at the equator and it is flattened at the poles. Kasi nga yung rotation speed po natin. Parang Jupiter, ganun din po ang Jupiter. Jupiter is not really a perfect sphere but an oblate spheroid. So Jupiter bulges at the equator and it is flattened at the poles because Jupiter's rotational speed is quite fast. About 9 hours only to complete one rotation. Diba? So pinakamabilis yan. So since gas po yung Jupiter, nagbabulge po yung equator niya. Okay, so kay Cookie Love. Uy, nandito pala si Cookie Love Girl. Hello, Cookie Love Girl. Kumusta ka na? Alright. Ayan, so si Coffee Queen, marami pong salamat. Kay Zeki. Ayan, Cookie Love Girl, ako ba? Sarcasm. Okay, yan. Kay, kumusta kay Row Your Boat? Ayan, kay Coach Against the Machine, kami mga pinili na makita totoo. Okay. Yan, kay Cotton Candy, marami pong salamat. CGI daw yung blood moon, sabi ng mga flat earthers. Oo nga eh. Alright, so sabi ni Coach Against the Machine, we are the chosen ones. Wow, fantastic. Okay. Alright, so sabi, again, 99% of the population tulog sa reality. Well, that's what science is all about. We are trying to reveal the truth. Ayan, no? So, gano'n. Kumusta kay Cookie Love Girl ulit? Ayan po, no? Okay, so shout out kay Hiroshi. Yan, marami pong salamat. Kay Vade Retro, marami pong salamat. Nandito po kayo. Kay Jasper Lee. Yan, kay sino pa ba? Mga nandito ngayon. Kay Hiroshi, yan, marami pong salamat. Okay, and sa ating mga real-time viewers, nandito po si Cookie Love Girl, Coach Against the Machine, Vade Retro, Hiroshi, Ellie, kay Chichi Burichi. Kay Chichi Burichi, yan. So at this point, we have 678 viewers and 5,808 heart reacts. Uy, nandito si Marikit. Good evening po, ma'am, Miss Marikit. Okay, so ang pinag-uusapan po natin is the cosmic perspective. Okay po, so let's continue. Alright, now yung orbit ng moon around the earth is not a perfect circle. Diba? Sabi ni Kepler that the orbits of planets and even the orbits of the moons, they are elliptical. So there are times wherein the moon is really close to the earth. The point wherein the moon is close to the earth is called the perigee. Then the point wherein the moon is farthest from the earth is the apogee. Ayan po, kasi nga yung orbit ng moon around the earth is not really a perfect circle but an ellipse. So yung closest point of the moon from the earth is the perigee, and the farthest point of the moon from the earth is the apogee. Alright? So, there is an astronomical event. Actually, katatapos lang po na last month po yun, wherein the moon is at its maximum perigee. So what do you think would be our perspective of the moon if the moon will be in its maximum perigee? So yan, mag-comment po kayo mga ka-Sky Watchers. So we need some interaction here. So what would be the appearance or what would be the perspective of the moon if the moon is at its maximum perigee? Alright, so sige, mag-comment po kayo. Flat ang earth, sabi. Okay, sabi ni H. Ano po yung perspective natin? Ano po yung appearance ng buwan from the earth if the moon is at its maximum perigee? Ayan po. Sige, mag-comment po kayo. Ayan po. So, ano po yung ating perspective? Ayan, sabi ni Cookie Love Girl, parang full moon. Yes, pero bilog na bilog. Okay, malapit na po. So, if the moon is at its maximum perigee, meaning napakalapit niya, so ano yung magiging appearance po ng buwan? Or ano yung magiging perspective natin sa buwan pag yung moon ay nasa maximum perigee? Alright? So, oblate spirit daw, sabi ni... Yung appearance po, ma'am, yung appearance ng buwan. Alright? Okay, so nakakatakot daw, sabi ni Bade Retro. Ayan, ito sabi ni Cookie Love Girl. Very good, Cookie Love Girl. Parang malaki, di ba no? In fact, if the moon is at its maximum perigee, the moon will be about 13% larger. Di ba po? And maliwanag po yung buwan. If the moon is at its maximum perigee, the moon will be bigger and brighter. So anong tawag po doon? What do you call that astronomical event wherein the moon is at its maximum perigee? So ang ating perspective is that the moon will be bigger and brighter. Anong tawag po doon? Ayan. So sige po, mag-comment lang po kayo. Anong tawag po doon sa astronomical event na the moon is at its maximum perigee? So from our perspective here on Earth, the moon is larger and brighter. Anong tawag po doon? Sige po, ilagay nyo lang po sa ating comment section below. So, sabi ni Cookie Love Girl, basta may tawag doon, nakalimutan ko lang. Okay. O sige, try to remember, anong tawag po doon sa astronomical event na yon, no, wherein the moon is at its maximum perigee. So, the moon will appear larger and bigger. Yan, sabi ni Bade Retro, super moon. Yan, yay! Tama si Bade Retro. Super moon. Ayun po ang tawag. So, sa astronomical event, no, super moon. In fact, yung last full moon nung September, I think, September ba yun? Or, itong October lang, full, ano po yan? It's a super moon event. Okay? Ang blue moon, hindi po siya blue. What is a blue moon anyway? Ang blue moon po is an astronomical event wherein you have 2 full moons in a month. Ayan po, no? So, 2 full moons in a month. Yun po, yung pangalawang full moon na yun sa isang buwan, yun ang blue moon. Bakit tinawag na blue? Kasi bihira mangyari yun eh. Yung 2 full moons in a month, bihira po mangyari yan. Parang eclipse. Kaya nga diba meron po tayong kasabihan, once in a blue moon. Dahil bihira lang mangyari yun. Alright, yan. So, shout out kay Kaka. Thank you, ma'am. Alright, yun. So, ibig sabihin, sabi ni Jasper Lee, 2 full moons in a month. Ayan. Kasi bihira po mangyari yan. Kaya di ba meron po tayong English idiomatic expression that once in a blue moon. Di ba po? Ibig sabihin ng once in a blue moon, bihira mangyari yun. Alright. Okay, yan. Meron din po tayong November super moon. Oh, tama po yan. Ayan, so yan aantabayanan po natin yan. Okay, mga ka-skywatchers and mga ka-spacers. Ang blood moon po, ano yan, that's a total lunar eclipse naman po yan. Okay? Alright, so there mga ka-skywatchers, sa super moon pag super moon event, the moon is 13 to 15% larger and brighter po. Ayan, mas malaki konti yung buwan, yung appearance, yung ating perspective of the moon if the moon is at its maximum perigee. Alright mga ka-skywatchers and mga ka-spacers. So there, ayan, a super moon compared to a normal full moon. Kasi nga pag super moon, the moon is at its maximum perigee. Alright, pag perigee, the moon is at closest to the earth. Kasi nga yung orbit ng buwan sa earth ay hindi naman circular but it's an ellipse. Ayan po, no? Alright, and again, no, sa makikita po natin sa buwan, there are dark patches and bright areas. So those dark patches are called lunar plains, or we call them mares or Marias. Lunar mare or lunar mares or Marias. The word Maria, the word mares is a Latin word which means seas or dagat. Kasi nga yung mga unang astronomers, yung mga unang sailors, they thought na yung mga dark patches na yan were bodies of water. Kaya they gave that a name, Mare or Maria. But actually, those dark patches are solidified pools of ancient basaltic lava. Then yung mga bright areas po sa buwan, those are lunar highlands and impact craters. Sabi ni Bricks, hi H, doon ka sa live ni Lolo mo. Okay, ayan. Sabi ni Cotton Candy, H, may flat earther pala dito. Opo, okay lang po yan. Let these flat earthers visit our live stream. Wala pong problema yan. Okay. Alright. Diba? Bisita lang po kayo sa mga flat earthers. Okay. And kitang-kita naman po yung buwan. Bilog na bilog. So that means yung earth din ay bilog. Hindi naman po natin nakita yung moon ay flat. Di ba? Okay. So there. Okay. So pag-usapan po naman natin yung sun-earth scale. Okay, pag-usapan naman po muna natin yung araw. So, the sun is a star, di ba ho? The sun is a star. It's an average size star. And the earth orbits that star. The earth orbits the sun. And our sun is composed primarily of hydrogen and helium. Parang Jupiter yung mga gas planets. And inside the sun, nuclear fusion occurs. Nuclear fusion occurs when two atoms of hydrogen would combine, releasing a tremendous amount of energy and helium. Yan. So, nuclear fusion. And that nuclear fusion generates heat and light. So, that's the sun. So, it's a fusion reactor. Our sun is a fusion reactor. Alright, and the sun is about 1.39 million kilometers in diameter. The sun is an average size star. And it would take about 109 Earths, mga ka-skywatchers. 109 Earths to fill the diameter of the sun. Ganong kalaki po yung ating araw, no, from our perspective here on Earth. No, ganyan po kalaki yung ating araw. It would take about 109 Earths to fill the diameter of the sun. Alright, mga ka-skywatchers. And baka may mga magtanong dito, meron pa bang mas lalaki pa sa araw? Meron po. Yan, can you imagine this? Ito yung Earth natin, no? Parang tuldok lang compared that to our sun. And may mga stars na mas malaki pa sa araw. Ayan po, no? Ito yung size ng Earth compared that to a solar flare. This is a solar flare. Mas malaki pa nga yung solar flare, no, sa Earth. Okay, ayan po, no? So, ganun po kalaki yung ating mundo, no, compared to the sun. Mas malaki pa nga yung solar flare. Alright, and even sunspots. So, ito yung mga ino-observe lately ng mga members ng Skygazers PH, mga sunspots natin. And did you know that these sunspots are even bigger than the Earth? So, ito yung size ng Earth compared to the size of a sunspot. Oh, ang laki ng sunspots. And sunspots are actually magnetic storms. These are cooler regions of the sun and they emanate a very strong magnetic field. Mga magnetic storms po ang sunspots. And these sunspots are even bigger than our planet. And itong mga sunspots na to, they were first observed by Galileo. Ayan po, no? So, yan, sabi ni Kaka, shout out to all Sky Gazers PH. Yan. Okay, marami pong salamat sa pagbisita nyo. Yan, kay Miss Marikit, kay Kaka. Ayan, alright. So, there mga ka-Sky Watchers, and there are stars that are even bigger than our sun. So, tignan nyo po yung sun, tuldok lang, oh. Mas malaki pa nga si Sirius, eh, oh. Look at Sirius, look at Pollux, Arcturus, Rigel, yung nasa Orion constellation, Aldebaran, and this is Betelgeuse, also in the constellation Orion. Ang laki ng Betelgeuse, compare that to our sun. So there are other stars that are even bigger than our sun. Tapos ang liit pa natin. So ganun po tayo kaliit, no, compared to these stars, then sa mga planeta, our sun. So napakaliit natin. So we are just a speck of a speck in the universe. Ayan, ang laki ni Betelgeuse, mga ka-Sky Watchers and mga ka-Spacers. Wow, fantastic. Ayan po, no? So look at our sun. Our sun is just a dot. Compare that to Sirius, to Pollux, to Arcturus, to Rigel, to Betelgeuse, and may mas malaki pa po kay Betelgeuse, si Antares. Wow, fantastic. Diba? So, ang lalaki nito mga stars na to, no? Compare that to our sun. Siguro we will have one topic about stars. Ayan, no? Okay, sabi ni MLB, grabe, laki naman. Oo nga. No? Sabi ni Marikit, yeah, I agree. Yan. So sabi ni Bricks, my star is Antares. Okay mga ka-Sky Watchers. Alright, let's talk about now the scale of the solar system para mabigyan po kayo ng idea kung gaano po kalalayo yung mga planeta na yan. Okay, so siguro ito yung makikita niyo po sa internet, no, if you browse sa internet and you type the solar system. So ito po yung mga makikita natin na images sa internet. Okay, ayan po, no. So ito po, mali po ito, no, hindi siya in scale. Okay, yung mga dikit-dikit na, hindi po yan tama. Malalayo po yung mga agwat ng mga planeta. Okay, so these are the inner planets. Yan, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And here is a photo of the Earth taken by the Curiosity rover. No, from the rover's perspective here on Mars, ito po yung Earth. So napakaliit po, no? And here is a photo taken by the Cassini-Huygens probe. Ito po yung Earth natin. So ito yung kinunan galing sa Saturn. Alright, mga ka-Sky Watchers. So napakaliit lang ng planeta natin, no? So yung mga distances ng mga planets, ano yan, malalayo po yan. Okay, just to give you an analogy. Alright, so this is an aerial view of San Beda. No, San Beda Menjola po ito. Okay, so let's say itong point na ito is the sun. Nandito po yung sun. Ngayon yung purple circle that will represent the orbit of Mercury. And the yellow circle will represent the orbit of Venus. Then itong blue circle na to will represent the orbit of the Earth. So nasa loob pa rin tayo ng San Beda, hindi pa tayo lumalabas. Okay, then ito naman, tong red circle na to will represent the orbit of Mars. So, yan po, no, yung mga inner planets nasa loob pa po ng San Beda Menjola. Ito po yung Menjola. Ito po, yan. Ito po yung San Beda Menjola. So, sa mga inner planets, nasa loob pa po tayo ng San Beda. Then, itong orange circle na malaki will represent the orbit of Jupiter. Di ba ang laki ng gap between Mars and Jupiter that is occupied by the asteroids? Di ba ho? Okay, so mapapansin niyo po, no, medyo lumampas na ho tayo ng Menjola sa CEU, di ba? Ang tapat po ng San Beda Menjola is CEU. So medyo nadaanan na po niya yung CEU. Then after Jupiter, we have Saturn. So itong yellow circle na to will represent Saturn. So kung mapapansin nyo, lumampas na po ng Legarda, no, yung orbit ng Saturn. Nag-umisa po tayo sa loob ng San Beda. Ito yung orbit ng Saturn. Nasa labas na ho, nasa Legarda Street na po. Alright? Okay, so then we have the orbit of Uranus. Ito yung blue-green circle. That's the orbit of Uranus. So lumampas na ho tayo ng UE. And nandito na po tayo sa Malacanang. Malapit na ho ito sa Malacanang Palace. Ayan po, nag-umpisa tayo sa loob ng San Beda. Then yung orbit ng Uranus halos nakaano na po sa Malacanang Palace. Alright, then this is the orbit of Neptune. Ito yung blue. Ayan no, so lumampas na ho ng Pasig River. Lumampas na rin po ng Quiapo. So ganun po kalayo ang Neptune. No? Nag-umpisa tayo po sa San Beda, sa loob ng San Beda, then ito na po yung orbit ng Neptune. So this is just to give you an idea mga ka-sky watchers kung gaano po kalayo ang mga planets of the solar system. Ito po yung tinatawag natin na the scale of the solar system. And yung layo po ng Earth sa Sun, it will take 8 minutes for sunlight to reach the Earth. So yung nakikita pag tumingin po tayo sa araw, pero guys, don't look at the sun directly. No, pag let's say tumingala kayo sa sky, yung ilaw ng araw, it took 8 minutes bago makarating po sa mata ninyo. Alright, and what about Pluto? So the light from the sun would take about 330 minutes or 5 hours just to reach Pluto, guys. Ganon kalayo ang Pluto, no? Alright, so there. So it will take 8 minutes for the light from the sun to reach the Earth. 8 minutes lang, malapit lang. Pero sa Pluto, layo, di ba? To take about 5 hours or roughly mga 6 for the light from the sun to reach Pluto. In fact, di ba po yung New Horizons Space Probe, it took New Horizons 9 years to reach Pluto. Di ba ho? It took 9 years for the New Horizons Space Probe just to reach Pluto. Alright, mga ka-sky watchers. Ayan po, no? So, ganun kalayo. Sa Mars naman, may time delay po, di ba? The time delay, it would take about 13 minutes for a one-way signal to reach the Earth. Then magre-reply po yung Earth another 13 minutes. So that's roughly about mga 26 minutes for a complete signal, di ba? So medyo matagal po yung time delay. Okay, so there mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. Ayan, no? So, ganun po kalalayo ang mga planeta. And for Voyager 1 and 2, alam na natin po yan, yung Voyager 1 and 2, they are already out in the solar system and they are carrying a golden disk. Diba? Alright, ito po yung, this is a famous photo of the Earth taken by Voyager, no? Beyond the orbit of Pluto. So, itong photo na to is called the pale blue dot. No, ito po yung sinabi ni Carl Sagan. Meron siyang yung pale blue dot na yan. So napakaganda. Panoorin niyo po yan yung kay Carl Sagan. Okay, so there mga ka-sky watchers. So that's to give you an idea of the sizes of the planets, the stars. That's our cosmic perspective. Ayan, no? So itong photo na to, pale blue dot, napakamalupit nito guys, no? Yung Voyager beyond the orbit of Pluto na, nakunan pa yung famous photo na yan, yung pale blue dot. So this will show us, this will make us aware that we are just a speck of a speck of a speck. Ito po yung sinabi ni Carl Sagan, si Neil deGrasse Tyson yun. Sabi ni Neil deGrasse Tyson, we are a speck on a speck on a speck on a speck. Ayan po, no? So maliit lang po tayo. Tapos ang yabang-yabang po natin, 'di ba? So wala po yung kayabangan natin compared that to the awesome size of the universe, 'di ba? And ang sinabi ni Carl Sagan naman, the cosmos is all that is or ever was or ever will be. Ayan. So maliit lang po tayo, guys. No? So pag tinignan natin yung pale blue dot, lahat po ng sibilisasyon, lahat po ng mga mahal natin sa buhay ay nasa pale blue dot na yan. Biguin nyo. Alright? So there mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. So that's our cosmic perspective for tonight. And at this point mga ka-sky watchers, we have 908 viewers and 6,308 heart reacts. Alright. Yan, maraming pong salamat sa inyong pagbisita. So, we will end our discussion for tonight with what Neil deGrasse Tyson had mentioned. Kasi ito po yung essence ng cosmic perspective. This is to make us aware kung gaano po tayo kaliit in the vastness of the universe. And ito po yung sinabi ni Neil deGrasse Tyson that will fit yung ating topic ngayong gabi. So we are a speck on a speck on a speck on a speck. So yung nakunan na pale blue dot ng Voyager, yan, it is a fitting end to our discussion na napakaliit lang po natin compared to the vastness of the universe. Ayan, so hindi tayo pwedeng magyabang, hindi tayo pwedeng manakit ng tao o mang-insulto ng tao kasi po napakaliit lang po natin, no, compared to the vastness of the universe. So wala po yung ating yabang. Let's be humble. Kung may mga flat earthers dito, okay lang yan, di ba? Pero wala naman tayong maging bastos pag nagko-comment lang po tayo, no? So there mga ka-sky watchers. So napakaliit lang po natin, no? So maging mabait naman po tayo. At ang buhay lang po natin ay maiksi lang, di ba? So wag na po tayong ma-stress and let's be good to one another. Ayan, no? Alright, yan ang pong sinabi ni Neil deGrasse Tyson kasi we are a speck on a speck on a speck on a speck on a speck. Ayan po, no? Alright. So siguro hanggang dito na lang po tayo. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagbisita and hopefully we can do another live stream tong weekend. Okay po, so hanggang dito na lang po tayo. Maraming salamat and sana marami po kayong natutunan sa ating topic on the cosmic perspective. This is your ka-sky watcher and ka-spacer, Sir Jun Cahigal, saying live long and prosper. And always remember to always keep your space and always keep looking up, guys. Alright, marami pong salamat. Thank you sa inyong mga pagbisita. Thank you Ma'am Marikit. Thank you Hiroshi. Maraming salamat. Live long and prosper. So thank you po. Yan. Bye-bye.